Hey, good morning, guys. It's Wednesday. Time to do the vlog. Beautiful day out. Hope it is where you are. I had a vlog idea in mind that I was going to do today, but I have something else instead that I want to talk about. However, the vlog I did want to do was going to be about talents, hidden talents, abilities, things like that. And I got to thinking about it, and I'm going to do that this weekend. The reason I'm telling you now is because I want you guys to think about it as well. And if possible, I'd love to see your ability, your talent, whether you sing, whether you play an instrument, whatever. If you have the opportunity or the ability to tape that, to videotape that, and to upload that, I would love to see it, and I'm sure everybody else would. So keep that in mind this weekend. Maybe you could have a video to respond to my videos with, and we could actually get to meet each other, in a video. So anyway, what I want to talk about today is a little different. I want to talk about relationships. This is very personal, again, and I want you guys to be a part of it because it's been something that's really been bothering me for a while now, and it's something I want to talk about. It's my grandfather. My grandfather and I were very best friends. My grandparents raised me, and my grandfather was more of a father figure to me than a grandfather, to the point where I was going to be married at one point. I was engaged to be married, and when I found out that, or when I knew that I was going to get married, I called my grandfather to ask him to be my best man. And he broke down and crying in tears and said even if it took him 2 canes, he would be standing next to me. As you guys know, Rob is my best friend, and a lot of people think that, wow, you didn't ask Rob. I was Rob's best man at his wedding, and it's not that I don't love Rob and I don't respect Rob. He's my best friend, but that was just the bond that my grandfather and I had. However, the relationship has now deteriorated to the point where my grandfather doesn't even talk to me anymore. And as I said, my grandparents raised me. My mother was adopted by my grandparents, and I think that all of her life there were some, I don't know what kind of issues it is. I don't know what it's like to have that, but I guess my mom had issues with being adopted. And for lack of a better way to put it, my grandparents raised me as their own, which made my mother and I more of siblings than mother and son. My mom's only just over 17 years older. She's 18 years older than me, but just barely years older. She had me very young. So we do have a lot of baggage like brother and sister. And the unfortunate part of that was it almost turned out like she was the bad child and I was the good child. And I think that there was a lot of that sibling rivalry because of that growing up. To that end, I've been out here in New Jersey now for, 17, 18 years, I think. I don't know. And I haven't been around as much. And my mom, now that she's older, has had the opportunity to play that good child role and really ingratiate herself back into my grandparents' lives. I am very lucky at 39 years old to still have 3 of my 4 grandparents. 2 of them, one couple is still doing great. My grandfather is getting very old. He's in his 90s now. And like I said, he doesn't talk to me anymore. I've done everything I can. I've called him. I've tried, guys. I've really tried to break him, to find out what's going on. And from what I can gather, it turns out that at one point my mom had said to him that because she was adopted, I had said that he was not my real grandfather. Now, maybe somebody else, this would have been different, but my grandfather is old school Italian, and it's all about family, it's all about respect and loyalty, and he took that as a very big affront, as a big slap in the face. The reality is I never said that, and, I don't know why my mom would say that I did other than cause problems, but it did. It caused a lot of problems. And now it's gone as far as my grandfather thinks I've stolen from him, that I've taken valuables and whatnot, which I would never, ever do. I just don't understand it. To give you an idea of how much my relationship with my grandfather was, I live almost 800 miles away from my family, and I used to drive home a couple times a year just to spend a weekend with him. That's 14 hours of driving one way to spend one day. I would drive 14 hours, spend a day, and then literally get in my car and turn around and drive straight home so I could go back to work. the next day, just to spend the day with my grandfather. And now, you know, he hadn't even talked to me. So guys, tell me, do you have relationships with your friends or family that have deteriorated and you really don't know why, and that you miss that relationship? What have you done? What would you do? You know, leave your comments below. Tell me how you feel about it. You know, let me know. I'd like to know what your guys' thoughts are on that. As always, I want to thank my friends and family out there. Regina, I love you. Samantha, I miss you. I'm getting a little annoyed. You didn't call me yet again last night. You're grounded to the beach again. Anyway, guys, hope you have a beautiful day today. Remember to leave your comments down below in the box down below there. And also, maybe think of some topics for my vlogs. You guys have been doing really great. I want to thank everybody who supported me and who asked me to continue the vlog. And as always, I will continue as long as you guys want to hear it. And remember, the topic for this coming weekend is going to be your secret and hidden talent. So let me know what you guys got. Talk to you all later. Bye.